Welcome. I'm going to repeat myself deliberately because I need to allow some people to come online. First thing I need to say is a quick apology. We were meant to be doing the solar install and we advertised that a lot, and that was our intention. Just when Simon got here, he had his daughter with him and it was his birthday and he booked a little bit of extra time. So he wanted to enjoy Tassie a little bit. So especially to those guys at work who were waiting on this, that's the reason it hasn't happened today, because Simon's not on site, but we will be doing that tomorrow and the Tuesday. But I'm going to say this again when people get there. Right, what's happened first thing this morning, we just went down to the orchard and we had a good morning down there working on our weeding and our watering and tidying up down that. So that's a good win. We've really turned the halfway point there now where that's not as embarrassing and it's not as overrun as it once was, and it's really starting to look good. And if you haven't heard me say it before, I want this to look like a Better Homes and Gardens farm. So yeah, the more time we can spend on the landscaping, that makes me happy. All the essential services are kind of being done now, but yeah, bit of gardening to do to make it look pretty. Just also want to say, there's our concrete pad over there. That's in preparation for the solar unit. All right, that's been done. I'd done the trench with my trenching tool, and that trenching tool, although it was a disaster in result for digging up the land and doing what we needed, it absolutely boomed on TikTok and YouTube. So that was a great bonus. So while the machine failed, the content worked. So that was good. And just behind Lisa, all the solar systems here, so ready to go. And as I said, we'll be kicking off tomorrow with that.
We're doing an all-day virtual live solar install, and we'll be alternating between TikTok and YouTube for the live. Any questions, guys, please press it, please type it in. I'm behind the scenes. I'll be able to read it out to both Simon and Ethan, but this is your opportunity.
Yeah. That's why we're excited. It's a great opportunity because Simon owns the company and he's a qualified electrician, so he knows the ins and outs of it all. So you're not going to be wasting your time with somebody in the office who doesn't get back to you, or somebody who doesn't know, or maybe somebody who misleads you. Simon's going to be here, so all your questions, all your queries, throw them at them. He's more than happy to deal with them all, and you're going to get an answer from the top. All right. So that's that. Now the only other thing, again, I haven't said it yet. I said on TikTok, Uncle Jeff, thinking of you, mate. We know you're up against it at the moment. Good luck. Hope it goes your way. Hope you're watching this. Hope it brings a smile to your face. But yeah, we're thinking of you, mate. Best of luck.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Now, are there people live now?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't actually need to go back and say.
Two of us.
I don't need to say I apologise for the changing of the script, because the solar install, and I thought a lot of people would have been interested and online to see the solar install, but as it turns out, I don't have to worry about apologising for that. All right. Now,
4 people online now.
Okay.
So they're all starting to come in now.
Well, sleepyheads, thanks for waking up. It's nearly lunchtime. I understand it's Sunday, but it's actually Sunday afternoon now, so a little bit more effort. Not for us in our live stream, but just for yourself. Who gets out of bed and gets up this late? All right. Yeah.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Yeah. All right. So that's the housekeeping I had to. We went through the transfer pumps. It was a brand new one, and I said certain things you need to look for when you were servicing them and to maintaining them. As it turns out, Lisa and I were at a garage sale and we had this one come up, and Barry.
Absolute bargain.
Yeah. This is $1,000 brand new, and he only wanted $20 for it, so I couldn't resist it. We've got 2 transfer pumps on site at the moment, pumping the water where we need to be.
That we've got brand new. Yep.
We've got a spare, which
we
bought brand new as well.
Yep.
And now we've got this one.
Yeah.
Now that sounds like a bit over the top, and it may be, but we can really utilise them because these can be used in firefighting. We can set this up. Excuse me. We can set this up and we can have a sprinkler system to protect the house in case of a fire. Yep. And we can also use this in a case of an emergency, because I port mine all the same. So if one of mine did happen to break and I had to take it out of service and we needed water, all the ports are the same, and it's simply just plug in and we can just give it a couple of starts. So for spares, it's handy. For emergencies and for firefighting, it's handy. So it is a bit extreme, but I feel better knowing that we've got them on site and they're here.
How good is it for pumping water? We're not lugging buckets from the
No,
creek
no.
or from the spring. It's very useful.
Yeah. And when there's so much distance in between them all, and from the creek to the house is 700 metres, the spring's even further, impractical to be hauling buckets and stuff. All right, so yeah, transfer pump. Now, what I've done, the basics, guys, this was the original spark plug, and I said on the other videos, that black stuff, that's called carbonation, I think it is. And if I was going to reuse this one, what you do is get emery paper and you clean up that because the carbon is insulating and it won't allow the spark, and you need the spark to ignite the fuel and the oxygen. So I'm not saying this didn't work. I just wanted to replace it. New spark plugs, only $10. So that's the original one. That's going to go, well, it won't go in the bin. It'll go in the bottom of the tool bag somewhere because I might need one another day. So have replaced the spark plug, which goes in here. That's the first thing I done. Second thing I done, I replaced the air filter. All right, this is the original air filter. I just took this as a sample, and I went to see Michael and Gerald, and they give me a new one, and that was $30. So $30 for a clean air filter, that's money well spent. The reason I'm doing a service as I'm doing is because once I put this into operation, I know it's going to have clean oil, clean spark, clean fuel, clean air intake. I won't have to worry about it for at least 20 hours of service, but I know it's full history now. And when you get a bargain for $20, I've spent 20, 30, 50, 60, say $70. It's worth it, you know. So I'm in for $100 at this stage.
To reinstate a $1,000 transfer pump, brand new, absolute worth it for us.
Yep. Now there may be a seal here, or there may be, I may have to replace the Impala. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but you know, let's say another $100 there for $200 to have a $1,000 backup system. Unreal. Now, you can clean these with compressed air, and you can put a degreaser in there, and you can soak them in a 2-stroke and clean that up. I'm not going to bother because I've got a new one. All right, so clean spark plug, new air filter. The air filter, I'll show you where it goes. The air filter, move me drink out the way. This is where the air filter goes, and it's just got 2 little screws. So of course, the cleaner we can have our oil and our petrol and our air, the more explosive it'll be, and the cleaner the whole unit runs. So that's obviously what you want. There's my air filter in there, guys, and that's the brand new one.
Yeah, you can see it's nice and clean.
As compared to, now I've got this mesh bit which goes on this side. I'm leaving that deliberately. This is just because I'm making content and to show you done it. I'll soak that in some 2-stroke, give that a bit of compressed air, maybe a bit of dishwashing liquid, and then I will install that. But you can see on site, they didn't have a new one to replace this, but there's my clean air filter there. And it's just got a set of like hinges that locks onto there, and then these 2 screws. And these are only going finger tight. Yeah, because I've got to put that front mesh on it. All right, so that'll just sit like that. So there's my clean air filter. We've got the clean spark plug, which is great. In the last video, I actually drained all the engine sump oil out of it. So to do that, all I done was unplugged this bung down here, and I tipped it over to the bench, and I caught it into an old paint tin.
What's engine sump oil?
Is that what somebody asked?
No, I'm asking.
Oh, you're asking, so, well, you put engine oil into
brand
an
new oil.
Engine, yeah. And because there's a piston with rings which run up and down a bore, and those rings are very tight tolerance into the bore, and as that's running up and down, if there wasn't any lubrication, the metal wears out.
Yep.
This lubrication keeps that cylinder bore lubed up, and as long as there's oil in there, you're not destroying your motor. And it also keeps the engine cool. So
why is it called sump oil, or is it just
because the bottom of the engine's called a sump?
Ah, got you. So it's the dirty oil.
Well, ideally you want it clean. It starts off as engine oil. You put engine oil in. So you'd ask for engine oil in the shop. You put your engine oil in. Now it's engine oil, but it just accumulates down the bottom, which is called the sump. And once it's dirty, it goes from clean engine oil to dirty engine oil, and that gets called sump oil now.
Got you.
All right? And I just learnt the great trick from the neighbour, what all the farmers are doing. And I heard this years ago and I couldn't remember, but it's a mix. So you keep all your old sump oil and you mix that with clean diesel from your petrol station, 50-50 mix. And when you've got your clean diesel with your dirty sump oil, the fluid becomes black, and that's how you treat any timbers before you put them in the ground. So if you're going to sink 100 by 100 post into a ground for a fence, gate or something, or fences, you need to treat them with this stuff. And it's great because it saves you throwing it out. It's recycling, and apparently it's very good at what it does. So from now on, because I'm always maintaining our vehicles and the tractor and the mower and stuff, I get a lot of engine oil. And it was a problem. I used to save them up in 4-litre containers and then dispose of them. Now I'm going to use them, and that's how I'm going to treat all my timbers. And I've actually got another one over here, which I've kept my chainsaw chains in. After I sharpen them, I like to just soak in oil to keep them lubricated. So when I was running, if there's ever a problem with the bar or on the chainsaw getting lubricated, my chains have already been pre-lubed, and keeps the bar from heating up and keeps the chain in awesome condition. But I've got off the track a little bit. I was telling you that I've done my spark plug, I've done my air filter, I've changed the engine oil. So I know those 3 things are done, which is awesome. So I know we're good to go. The next problem I've got, and it's not really a problem, is the petrol tank full 4-stroke. This is dirty oil. This is dirty petrol. I know it's dirty petrol because when you take off the cap here, and I had my torch in there, I could see the liquid sloshing around, and I could see the metal. The metal comes from the piston rings and the cylinder bore and just the moving parts. The metal shaves off. Now, you don't want that getting into your carby, because that can block up your carby. And if you don't get it out of the system, it just does more damage to the system. So before I turn this on, I'm going to totally drain all the fuel from here. I'll put some 4-stroke in there. I'll slosh all that around, and then I'll drain it again, so that now I know when I put this back on, I've got clean fuel, clean spark, clean air, clean oil. Then the only other thing I need to do is make sure I've got water in my pump, and that's your transfer pump, fully serviced, ready for the next 20 hours. Going to give you peace of mind, and very handy to have a few of these extra on site. That's getting real empty. Yeah. Has anyone got any questions for us, Lise? No questions coming in?
No. Will you be able to start it today? With all this preparation?
Nearly, except I've got to just attach the fuel tap back on and turn that on and bolt the tank. Look, I probably would be able to. How long have we been going for? 15 minutes?
12 minutes.
12 minutes. In 15 minutes, I don't think it's probably going to be done.
Okay.
By the time and then I need to prime this with water, because I don't want to run this dry. Mm-hmm. All right. So this is interesting. We advertise this a lot. How many people have we got watching at the moment?
At the moment, it's been fluctuating. It's fluctuated from 2 people to 20-something people at one go. So people are coming on and off. Yep. So. But
there's been no questions about.
No questions.
Where's the live stream? Where's the solar? Why isn't the solar?
We've had a couple of people say hi.
Yep. Hello.
And then someone asked if we're from Australia, and I said we're from Tasmania, Australia.
Yep.
And that's it. But no questions about the transfer pump. No questions about reinstating it, the use of it, or anything like that.
Okay. All right then. So yeah. So I haven't really got. The only other thing I can say is.
See, at the moment, 6 of us are watching. Okay. So it fluctuates, 6 to 20, 30 people at a time.
Okay.
But any questions, anyone? Well, we'll just keep going through reinstating this transfer pump. The 4th one, the bargain.
Yeah. And the only other thing I want to say is, and then I've pretty much talked about this as much as I can, what I do is I make sure that my inlet port is the biggest port always. And I make sure that my inlet port, all my fittings are the cam lock, and they're always the same. So if any one of my pumps did happen to stop working in the middle of the night or in the middle of the rain when you haven't got time to fix it and service it, and you can't be bothered doing it, I can just grab any of my transfer pumps from anywhere else, carry it, and I can just disconnect and connect in a matter of under a minute. So yeah, to me, it's very important that all your ports are all the same. So your inlet port is the same size as my outlet port, and I use the screw-in fittings on the outlet port. So as long as I've got a screw-in fitting up here, I'm plumbed really, really quick, and I'm ready to go. And I bleed them all the same way. On the other side, I've got a bleed valve. So if there's any oxygen and you don't want oxygen running through your pump, I can get rid of that really quickly as well. All right. So they're ported the same. And the only other thing is, when I do start this, you've got to make sure that I will have a hose into a bucket because I don't want to start this. I might just fire it really quickly and let it run for 10 seconds because heat won't build up in that time to make sure the engine side of it's right. But then if you're ever going to start it, make sure that you've got water in there because you don't want to run your pump dry, because if you run your pump dry, you can seize it up because all the metal, as it gets hot, it expands and it heats up and you can destroy your $20 pump. And after you've bought a $20 pump and you got a bargain and you spent $80 servicing it, you don't want to waste your money, all right?
Yeah.
So I have not got much else to say on the transfer pump.
Maybe wrap it up for today, darling.
Because, yeah.
Just wrap it up. Again, tell them about tomorrow. It's an all day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, wrap it up.
So, yeah, tomorrow, as we've mentioned a couple of times, Simon, he's in Tasmania now. DCI Industries. We're doing our solar install all day. You've got the man on site, so qualified Sparky. He designs the systems. He tests the systems. He's going to be able to answer all your technical questions. But I bought this one. What's this inverter compared to this inverter? Why is he using
solar
this inverter?
Batteries, inverters, solar array. He's actually qualified, and his business is qualified to install completely off-grid solar systems. So any questions, guys, come on board tomorrow. So we'll be on and off between YouTube
all
and TikTok all day. We'll probably start about 9 o'clock tomorrow, but it will be a virtual solar install, a proper, legit, what are they? Solar panels, the framing, doing the, digging the trench for our, what do you call it? Electrical, the conduit
and the TPS
to go from the box where everything is installed, the batteries, inverters, all the way to our meter box at our house. So you're going to see it all. We will be opening up virtually our house, our home with this install, and Simon's happy to answer any questions. So we are an open book. We don't hide stuff. So if you have any questions, please ask us. Please ask Simon. He's prepared to answer the questions too. Great opportunity for homesteaders and for people wanting to maybe look at going off grid. That's our goal. That's what we want. We want control. We want the option to be able to choose how we live, how we get our power, how we survive. How we hopefully save money. Yes. How we save money and how we take responsibility for our life. Yes. How that we're not reliant on the grid anymore. And I know in Melbourne, in peak summer times, they can turn off when everyone's using the air conditioners because it's too much draw. Even here in Tassie, where we are, we get a lot of notification from the power company that we get like an all-day maintenance day. So we don't get power, randomly as well. So having an off-grid solar system where we get control of our own power usage will be good. Yeah. All right, so no questions have come in? No questions, babe. All right. So that's it. No questions have come in then. So this has been the 5th live stream on YouTube. 5th or 6th? I think 5th. 5th? All right, well, we'll be back next Sunday midday to go through another one. Yep. And enjoy your week. For those who stopped in, thank you. Yep. And have a great week. And we will chat soon. Keep your eye out. Every Sunday, 12 p.m, we have a live stream. You tell us if there's anything interesting about the homestead, animals, bees, cows, goats, chickens, or tools. But next week, it'll be on chainsaws, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think so. We'll do the chainsaws. Done. Or it might be just a nice wrap up of if people interact on the solar, some outstanding questions on the solar maybe. Yeah. We'll have the cabinet here. We'll be able to maybe answer the basics for them. Or probably another power tool. Yeah, so Monday, Tuesday, so tomorrow and the next day will be a virtual live solar install. And then every Sunday it will be question and answers from myself and Justin. Well, more for Justin, the technical stuff. So thank you, everyone. And for those who are watching, finally, this is now empty, ready for some clean fuel to flush. See you guys. Enjoy. Ciao. Bye.